Hello folks, welcome back to the series of golf lessons here at the Tour Studio with Mike Mack. This is lesson number 3, and I'm going to talk about backswing, and I'm going to have a couple sessions on backswing because I think it's something we want to learn or improve in stages. Okay, I'm not a big fan of thinking about 2, 3, 4 things at once when we're trying to make a change with a student. So I'm going to talk backswing the next couple of sessions, and it might be 3, it will be 3. The first one is going to just strictly focus on takeaway, okay? Takeaway basically is how we're going to get the club from the golf ball to where the arms are, the shaft is parallel to the ground, I'm going to say, not the arms, okay? So golf ball to shaft parallel to the ground, I want to talk about that. And I think there's a lot of things we can learn there. It seems like a simple thing, it happens pretty quick, but there's one thing in particular that I want to impress upon you, that if you could do this, everybody comes to me and they want to hit it further. Well, this is step 1 to hit it further, and it's a word you probably have heard many times, but I'm going to explain it a little differently than maybe you've heard it, but it's called width. So the wider the arc of your swing, the faster it will travel through the hitting area, okay? So let's get into takeaway. A couple things that I'm going to point out that I see a lot in my lessons that I'm going to caution you not to do is I see a lot of people take the club way inside like this, okay? I also see people take the club way outside. I'm going to give you a simple way to take it back on plane, okay? And a couple things I try to get students to think about is when you set up to the golf ball, we've already run over that. We all know how to set up, right? Pelvic tilt, remember? Now, when you take the club back, okay, I want you to feel like your arms, okay, are strapped together. I have teaching aids, and I'll have a whole session on teaching aids a little later, but okay, I have something that I can tie people's arms together. Okay, I want you to feel like when you take the club back, all you do is keep your arms equidistant. We're not going to change the distance between our elbows, and we're just going to push it back to where the club is parallel to the ground. Okay? The hands will work a little, and I emphasize a little, inside on the backswing. So the hand should work a little closer to your right thigh on the backswing. Okay, that's the direction you want to go. But the main thing I want to get with you today is arms together. Don't let them separate. I see this all the time. That's just not something we want. Okay? You want to keep your elbows the same distance as you start and push the club to where it's parallel to the ground. So that's basically takeaway. So I know you have questions in your mind. Well, what do you do with the body when you do this? Okay? Well, there's going to be a little bit of a turn of the hips, the shoulders. You want to try to resist the turn early. You want to push your arms back, keep your elbows together, go to here, and then from there you'll start to get some pivot or turn, whatever you want to call it. I use the word pivot a lot, so you'll hear that in the next session. But so for takeaway, okay, you're going to get that good posture we talked about with the correct amount of pelvic tilt. You're going to keep your elbows together, okay, and when you push the club back, you're going to keep your elbows together and take the club to where it's parallel to the ground. If you just in the next few weeks when you're not allowed to play golf, practice that. Just stand in your office, stand in your living room, okay? Keep your elbows together, push it back to where your arms are still straight, your elbows are still close, and your shaft's parallel to the ground. That's what I would call a good takeaway. Sets you up for a little bit more speed because your arc's going to be wider, okay? I think it's a great thing to practice. I think you can actually make a difference in your golf game without hitting a golf ball. So if you did that every day for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be a habit that you'll have learned. So you'll change your pattern, you'll get better. Okay, so that's it for today. That was takeaway. We'll get into the pivot and the backswing in session number 4.